Hey guys, Nat and Kurt here from the Jamaican Hopscotch Mafia, bringing you a deck check of the set 10 Eradicators. This is Kurt's build. Loving this tripod. Don't have to fucking film anything, so yeah. Anyway, do you want to go kick us off with the grade 0s, or grade 3s, whichever you feel like.
Start with 0s, work my way out. Starting is Linshu.
So, not the Superior Ride. But then again, this is the Gauntlet Buster build.
This is Gauntlet Buster, yes. Linshu's amazing. It's Saishin.
We'll talk about that. We'll go through it later. Yeah. Yes. Trigger lineup.
8 crit, 4 draw, 4 heal. All Eradicators.
Yep, all Eradicators. So no Spy Eye Wyvern here.
There's no Spy Eye going on in my deck.
No Spy Eye in team. Now grade 1s. So we've got the 3.
Demolition Dragon, sorry.
There we go. 3
Dragon.
Nulls, 4 Red River, and 2...
The Eradicator.
10k booster, that's what, 3 damage, it goes to 10k?
Yeah.
Fucking hype. Grade 2s, it's a bit weird, this one. 2's W10.
Yep.
4 Thunder. Boom! 3
Susei.
Cowboy. 3 Spark Rain. 1
Twin Shot Gunner.
Twin Shot Gunner dude. 1 Source of Wyvern
Source
thing.
of Wyvern.
1 Descent. Oh, and then grade 3s.
1 Descendant. 1 The Blood. 3 Gauntlet, and then 3 Ride Break. Bowing Sword.
Bowing Sword. Okay. So let's start off with the trigger lineup. Narukamis are aggressive. There's no real need for stands in here, I don't think. No need for stands. No.
Not really. I like.
They
crits.
do gain power, but like it's an aggressive deck, so fuck it.
Yeah, I like the crits.
And the Linshu. Why Linshu over? Well, it's a stupid question because Linshu's better.
No, it's still a question we need to ask, I suppose. It's a better version of Saishin. It's an Eradicator.
So, if those who don't know his effect, if the attack hits a Vanguard and he boosts, pop a grade 1 or lower, as opposed to Saishin, which is Saishin's a grade 0 or lower. So this one actually hits like good boosters, or it hits starting Vanguard, so you get a choice.
Yeah, and the Superior Ride, it's in theory Superior Ride is pretty ace, but you'd kind of like to get the Ride Break off, and that kind of
takes away from
that. Yeah.
Yeah. Plus, Kurt only runs the 1 Descendant, possibly running up to 2. We'll talk about it later. And he's 5k, which is
5K.
Beastly. And he's got fucking sick art.
That's really nice.
Alright, now 3 Demolition Dragon, not 4, not 2, why 3?
I like 3. I mean, I'm pretty sold on 3.
Yeah?
If I was to change the ratio around, it would be 2 for another Null Guard, but right now 3 Demolition Dragons.
It doesn't do much aside from boost, so...
It's good early game.
Yeah, it's good early game, so...
But otherwise, it's just a booster.
Only 3 nulls, 1 at 4 this format, because there's a lot of ride breaks going around, with the Royal one, the Gauntlet.
I like 3 because I only run 4 draw triggers, and if I usually run 4 nulls, I usually run more draw triggers. That's just a personal thing for me. But I feel that the only decks that you really need to null against are the Jewel Knights or Bad Andraga. Liberators, I feel...
Bad Andraga, I think you'll just drop your hand anyway. So.
Yeah, so I feel like against Liberators, if you guard early enough and rush them enough, you won't need all the nulls in the world.
Alright, 4 Red River, that's pretty straightforward. He's the 8k booster. He's not an Eradicator, but that's not going to matter too often. 2 of the 10k boosters, that's pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
Only 12 grade 1s. That's interesting for a deck, because normally you see 13, 14. Why only 12?
I wanted to try something a bit different with this deck. I usually run 14 1s, then 12 2s. I wanted to swap it around, and it's tested out pretty well so far.
It seems to work. There's not been a lot of missing of rides. I mean, if anything, you still miss the grade 3s. So.
I think I still draw into too many grade 3s. But, that's just drawing.
Now, the grade 2s, 3 Spark Rain. Why only 3?
Because
what'd you go for?
I only bought 3 TDs.
So if anyone wants to send us a Spark Rain, go for it.
And in saying that, though, I still think Twin Shot is a very strong unit, and he can be that 4th, if not better, Spark Rain. Especially in the Gauntlet Buster build.
He's good. We'll talk about him later.
Yeah.
3 Susei.
I might drop that down to 2 for another
He is only 8k, but his effect is ridiculous, especially when you chuck a Thunder Moon behind, the Red River behind him.
Yeah. But I might drop him down to 2 for another Sweet 10.
For a Sweet 10, okay. It is a good card. That's Counterblast to pop 1 of the front row units when it hits the Vanguard. So by no means a terrible card.
He also looks like a Space Cowboy.
He does look like a Space Cowboy, so that's solid. Then boom.
No question, Thunderboom 4. You run him, you don't, you suck.
He's the best card in the history of the game.
He's got a boomerang, man.
Boom. Then boom.
Yeah.
2 Sweet 10. Why Sweet 2? Why not like 4?
Thinking of dumping it up to 3. I think 4's too many. You don't really need too much.
It's not as though you counterblast that much.
Exactly.
Oh, well, you do counterblast a lot, but
it's not as if you need to do it like constantly throughout the game. It's more of a late game thing I found personally. Apart from the Linshaw initially, when that goes off. But
he's kind of just a 9k. Like if his attack hits bonus, but you know, it's not too much. I mean, if you bump it up to 3, that'd be good. Maybe drop a Susei.
It's still more pressure.
Yeah.
On Vanguard, which is nice.
Now the next 2 cards are kind of weird at 1 of each. You sort of explained the Twin Shot as sort of a 4th Spark Rain. Would you ever consider bumping that up to any more than 1?
Yes, I've been contemplating it, and I'm thinking of maybe going 2 Spark Rain, 2 Twin Shot, if only just so Spark Rain's consistent, and then Twin Shot's there to finish it off, the game off.
Of course, I mean, if we did have 4 Spark Rain, that might change as well. So.
No, that's true.
And then the next one, Cannon Saucer Dude. He is, when he's called to the rear guard, Counterblast 1, pop 1 in your opponent's front row, and draw. Which is... Oh, they draw, and they draw.
It's similar to Bobcat.
It's a weird card. And why only the 1 in the deck?
I feel like it's a card that you don't want to run a lot of it, or many of it, if at all. This is mainly just for testing, and it's tested out really well so far in the couple of games that it's actually featured in. It's a card that's handy if you draw it, but you don't need it. If you have Gauntlet out, I mean, it's a free thing. It's Counterblast 1 for a crit and an extra 3k.
And that's not that doesn't Counterblast Eradicator card, so you can just get rid of the spare, like Red River and damage, and fuck up some shit.
And even then, it's still an intercept on board. So it's proven handy so far. But
would you ever consider dropping it, maybe for a Twin Shot?
Yes.
Yeah.
If further testing is probably going to be had.
Well, this is only the first. Keep in mind, this is the first version of the deck.
Yeah.
Now, only the 1 Descendant. This is the Gauntlet Buster build, but why 1 Descendant? Would you consider bumping it,
yes.
or just?
Well,
what do you think of the card? What do you think of the card?
I think it's overhyped.
Yeah.
I played a couple of people today.
Controversial opinion.
No, I played it today. I bear in mind it's my first time playing with the card. I haven't proxied it before, so I could be playing it wrong or inexperiencedly and stuff. But it's easier played around than people are giving it thing for. As in, like, you can play around it, and it's not the end all be all of existence. I found Gauntlet Buster to be even more effective, consistent grade 3 throughout. So, yeah.
It's a very good card, but maybe the build is just a bit different. It's good. It's always good to run 1 or 2 of.
It's a good
because
finisher.
It's an alternate grade 3 with a very powerful effect. So
yeah.
Anyway, now the blood. Why is there 1 the blood in an Eradicator deck?
Well, the blood was just in
the
there.
blood doesn't have an Eradicator name.
Oh,
is that the SP?
No, it's not. I've got the SP on me yet.
Oh, it's over.
The Vermilion's in there just because it was a placeholder until I got set 10 on me. But I kept it in there today for testing, and it's actually tested really well.
When you ride that over the fucking Vowing Sword, it's like 26k limit ultimate break. It's crazy.
I played against our good mate Andrew Teo today.
Shout out to Andrew Teo.
Yeah, and he was playing English Dote because Dote's still legal. And in most of our games, well, not most of our games, in 2 of our games, it was actually Vermilion that finished him off, which is pretty sweet. But,
he doesn't like Vermilion very much, I don't think.
Yeah, but in saying that, I did lose a couple games to that because I suck. Yeah.
Well, Dote's very strong. Yeah.
Oh well. So no, I would consider maybe dropping that for another Descendant, but at the same time, it's
moment it's
held its place
testing
in there
alright,
for right
so.
now, so it's held its place.
3 Gauntlet Buster. That's your favourite card,
It's
or
my
maybe your
favourite
second favourite card behind Gauntlet Buster. But Thunderboom. What is it about this card that's so good?
It's pressure. Like they can choose their own unit if they like, but I'll just take that 3k in a crit all day.
3k doesn't seem like a lot, but it actually amounts to a fair bit,
does.
especially when you ride it over the break.
Exactly, and it combos so well and so much better with Vowing Sword than Descendant does. Descendant only gets the power, whereas Gauntlet gets the power and the crit and the extra bit more power, which I think is really good. And they're both 11k.
So
really
why
nice.
3? Would you bump it up to 4, or is 3 a
I
good
like
number?
3. 3's I've always got 1 in hand, usually, and usually I've got 2 in hand, which is a bit problematic. But I never run less than 3.
The strength in this deck is that all the grade 3s are 11k, so your opponent has a tough time hitting your rear guards as well.
So,
And then 3 Vowing Sword, not 2, not 4. A lot of people are debating which is the best number for break rides, but 3 seems to be
I
about
found 3 to
right.
be the best
Yeah.
ride number. I've played 2, and I didn't draw them enough.
Nice voice change.
I know my balls got something terrible. But yeah, no, I played 2 for a bit, and it did not work that well. Whereas 3, I mean, I've got them if I need them, and if I don't, I have them eventually. And they're eventually like grey 11k swingers and shit. So no, they work good at 3. I like 3 as a break ride number as a general rule of thumb.
How does the deck play? How's it been in testing?
Very strong,
Fucking
actually.
very good.
It played very well against Lawrence's Illuminal Beast Deity deck. It played pretty good against Nat's Proxy Jewel Knight. We went pretty even.
So yeah,
Which is pretty good.
it's a strong deck.
Yeah.
We'll probably Kurt will probably update it in the future. We're
For sure.
buying a couple more boxes set 10. So yeah.
Yeah.
That's about it. So thanks for that, guys. Hope you enjoy. Any last words?
Thunder boom. But no, like don't make Descendant out to be like the end all be all of existence. It's good. It's a great card, but it's not going to break the game. I'd be more concerned about Spike Brothers or even fucking Gauntlet Buster, because Gauntlet Buster's all round pressure, whereas Descendant just finishes him off.
Alright, wise words from Kurt, and we're about to run out of battery, so goodbye.